So guys, today was good day muchintu. Literally, I was in one of the hottest business arguments I've been in such a long time. So I wanted to share the story here so that you guys can also tell me what you think and your points of view. Anyway, very well, for those who have been following me for a while, you know I once in a while talk about my new product, the Monkey Pesa Sells AI. It's an artificial intelligence tool that sells for you. It literally finds customers on your behalf and follows through the whole process. Now, because I was talking about it, one of the guys in Chikuwo in downtown walks up and says, "Do you know what? Come, I've got your number off your profile. I think what you're doing is innovative. So come and we have a chat. I'm located down here in Chikuwo." They give me directions to where the place is. Now, of course, I move, make my way to downtown. On reaching there, I find the gentleman, shake hands, we go through, walk, you know, downtown, and it's hustles. We get down, like real downtown. So on getting there, I meet the gentleman, we talk, and alongside him is his father. So he introduces the father and tells me, "Do you know what? Okay, this is my dad, he's proprietor of the whole business." Gives me, of course, whatever information I needed. All right, so we start talking. Now the gentleman tries to introduce the situation. You know what? I was hearing about this. Now, as the gentleman was speaking, the father actually jumps in and intervenes and says, "Why have you brought this guy here? You want to tell him our problems?" I was like, okay, what have I landed in? That's when the gentleman was like, "No, just read this. Just, I don't know, you lose nothing. You don't really have a lot to say." So, first the father intervenes and says, "Do you know what? To be honest, we have survived. This business has been around since 2004. Meaning we have lived and shall continue living. So meaning these things which you're trying to do to show me that you know better than me are not necessary." The gentleman was like, "How have I showed you that I know better? Is it me who is talking?" So the man said he had brought me, the father thought he had taken me to try and convince him over his point of view. So of course I jumped in just to, of course, stop the small argument to try and understand that, no, honestly, Muzei, to be honest, anyone can improve. It's the onus is on us to keep improving whatever. You really haven't yet heard from me, so it's maybe let's first talk and try to expand. So I posed the question, a simple question, that tell me, maybe, in the first place, tell me, why did you call me here? That's when the gentleman diverged and tells me, "Do you know what? To be honest, I've been doing a bit of the numbers. When downtown Chikuwo, 2018, we used to have 50 people, 40 people coming here a day. On the weekends, that would even double. We would have almost 80 people coming in. So, as of right now we're in 2023. And Okufuno Lunaku, to get one day where there are 10 people that have walked into our store is actually a miracle. The guys who usually walk in are people who are bringing food or other people we know around. Maybe they've come to pick up stock. But to get an actual customer coming in is extremely rare nowadays. So that was the main reason I had called you, just so you can try and help us understand what to do. So that's when the gentleman said, "Neda, omani Uganda katienge more. You know how Uganda is at the moment. Things are hard. So there is not much you can do. It's about the economy." Those were his exact words, by the way. That's when I intervened. I intervened and said, "Man, to be honest, we need to understand that times change. What used to work back then doesn't really work then. And in most scenarios, the number one mistake we do as business owners is, as opposed to trying and figuring out what is changing and how do I stay relevant despite the change, we think, no, the change will somehow, things will revert back to where they were. But one thing I've come to appreciate is change keeps changing. Things never go back to the way they used to be. And the goal is, how do you, first of all, understand what is changing and begin to use that change to your advantage? Because you doing so is a bit, should I say, naive. All right, so I now dug a bit deeper to try and get them to understand. I of course introduced the AI. I talked about it, how it's a powerful tool. You just give it instructions, it goes and looks for the customers for you, and tells them, communicates on your behalf. The gentleman is still not believing. I tried to take him back to the basics. So that, man, truth be told, AI is a very powerful tool. I showed him a couple of my videos of how I spoke words in English and it translated them for me in 4 or 5 languages, and it happened in like 5 minutes. All of those were done. I showed him an example of how an AI is now translating bird sounds and converting them into human language so that now you can talk to a bird and a whale. It gives you directions of what's going on. So it's that powerful. It's such powerful change that you ignoring it is actually going to subject you to such damage, which damage you may never be able for your business to recover, and it's unfair to your business as a whole. I told him, as an example, the first time the tractor came, people were like, to hell. It was such a big change, but a very necessary change. The people that adopted the tractors could now farm hundreds of acres, whereas those that didn't, somehow died. Now, if such a change is coming and you're choosing to be at the back and say, no, as we've always worked a certain way, it means, as opposed, firsthand in your business, you're seeing it. The customers who are coming now, they are not. Yet the population is bigger. People are shopping more. So it just means that the people are now somewhere else. Your job is to figure out, if people are in the offices, how do I conform? What channels are they using? And how do we stay relevant on those channels? So that, as opposed to us saying, and probably they will come back, it doesn't help. Conform. If they're on Snapchat, be on Snapchat. If AI has come, don't hide away. Don't shy away from it. Figure out, tuchikozesa tutia or tuyamba. Get early enough, because that simple change will give you so much advantage over your competition that by the time they figure out how to use it, you would be a lot further than you just saying, there's power that sometimes comes that is too much. That I know change is a bit tough, but it's a fact of life. Things keep evolving, things keep changing, and your job is to change along regardless of the situation. Don't subject your business to such disadvantage simply because you want the world to conform to how you knew things, which is not the truth. So that was the kind of advice that I relayed. To be honest, by the end of the conversation, he was actually saying, man, actually I might have been wrong. It's important for me to look at things, because at the end of the day, he's also interested. He's not, as an example, he was saying even social media doesn't work for him because yet a year of social media. I was like, okay. So by the end of the conversation, I was like, man, you're going to kill your own business, because 5 years down the road, 5 years from now, 2027, the campusers now who are all on Snapchat and all these other apps are the ones who are going to be managers of Equity Bank in the big positions, that whose money you're going to want. Now, because you have not positioned yourself so that these people can find you, how are they going to find you then? You think they're going to come to your location down there and tap you? So anyway, that was how the conversation transpired. Unfortunately, I was able to try and push this man. I know change is funny, but it's coming, and your job is to get at the front, get at the forefront of that change, so that by the time it reaches, you know how to leverage it. People are adopting AI so much. Learn how to use it early enough. It will give you advantage. By the time your competitors discover, you'll be their side. So yes, in a nutshell, that's what my fight was about. I don't know, in your opinion, what do you think? Was the old man justified to think the way he thinks, or was the young guy who was trying to push for this change and evolution of what's happening in Chikuvo right? Just leave me a comment below and just I want to know what you think. Bye-bye. Don't forget to follow my channel. I share content on sales. And I have a powerful sales AI. Don't forget that. Bye-bye.